Hello, welcome to Reviews, Riffs, and Reactions. My name is Nick.
I'm Brandon.
And today we're going to be reacting to Abducted by Rings of Saturn. So Rings of Saturn I think is more Brandon's thing than mine. I like them. I've given them my money. I have a couple t-shirts.
That's because I'm a spaceman.
Gross.
Yeah. It's funny because I really like core metal, like Carnifex and Lorna Shore. And then when I got enough of that flavor, which it's like the peanut butter and chocolate, I've got to have something like extremely progressive. And I really enjoyed the Faceless a lot. That was like one of my go-tos, and that band is all kinds of messed up. So
except that last album, like with the ghost sack on it.
Yeah, Becoming a Ghost Sack, I think is what the album is called. So when I need that progressive, I was kind of looking around, and there are so many times when you're listening to something in the genre of these type of bands, and it's just like too crazy. Mm-hmm. Like I'll listen to it and I'll be like, "What are you doing?"
I get like that with Buried Alive.
Yeah,
I like a lot of Buried Alive stuff, but sometimes I listen to it and I'm all, no.
Yeah,
it's just too much.
Too much. It's like they just went in Guitar Pro and then they sped it up and just recorded it. Like I'm just like, what are you doing? It's not even groovy, bro.
Yeah.
But Rings of Saturn, they've got a lot of songs that I really appreciate, and even though there's complete madness, there's a method to that madness, and I really enjoy the formula, that crazy Nintendo metal sound in music or whatever that we all love so much.
Yeah, we pretty much started our channel on Rings of Saturn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Back when we wanted to try and do album reviews, the first thing we did was we reviewed Gadim.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very good album. And I know this is a remake of, I don't know if it was their first album or if it was just one of their earlier albums.
It's one of their earlier albums.
But I'm sure it's going to be good.
Embryonic Anomaly, 10-year anniversary, I believe. Which is, it's always funny to me. Oh, yeah. On the screen. The remake. Which is funny to me because, when you learn a song, obviously there's songs we've written like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then what's like, how'd that song go? Oh, yeah, there's like the main riff. To me, it's like Lucas Mann's like, hey, remember that old song? It's got 750,000, like frets and measures in it. Like, hey, this one? Yeah, that one.
You remember that little diddly I wrote?
And I'm just like, how do you remember all this shit unless you're some kind of a computer Borg man?
The computer board man.
So let's listen to these computer board men in action. Yes. And apparently the widest available cinematic. Hey, crazy kids in their wide formats, and gotta have 3 computer screens and a dog computer. Could there have been anything more Rings of Saturn than that intro? It's like this old footage of Area 51 and crazy space noise, and then just yeah. Absolutely no skill involved, just a bunch of noise. This old song.
Somebody just play that groove. Remember that groove?
Yeah, remember?
this vocalist, was he just on for doing this remake?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I didn't know if maybe they replaced the other guy, or if this was just because he did the original vocals, or...
Yeah, I think they just got back together to remake the songs. Well, I'm sure they recorded it again, but then for the music video, because it's not their drummer, their current drummer, and obviously they have Joel Omens, but he's not here. So I think these were the original, the original artists on the original song.
Okay. Well, that answers every question I had.
Remastered. For real.
You see that? The bass player's on Alien.
Yeah, the poor bassist. He's just like, okay, you guys, you're doing your thing. Can you guys stop for like 10 seconds so they could just like hear my, and they're like, all right.
No, I'm just imagining like they're setting everything up for the video, right? And they're like, okay, put this alien head on.
All right.
And he's like, well, is everybody else gonna wear an alien head? And they're just like, no, just you. And he's like, well, why am I wearing the alien head?
Just put it on.
We're gonna give you like 5 1-second clips. Just put the goddamn alien head on.
Put the damn head on and quit asking questions. You're right, I'm the bassist. More skilled than like half the people on the planet.
Yeah.
Send it back to reel like we recorded it the first time. From the 70s.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
I expected it to keep going.
Whatever.
I was grooving pretty hard there at the end.
Yeah, it was getting grooved. Well, you know how their albums go together. It's just you got to take a small break because going 300 beats per second for 5 minutes straight.
So it just occurred to me after we made all those comments about the bass player that somebody's gonna show up in the comments and be like, "Why are you guys so mean to Greg?"
Yeah. What did he do? What did he do to you?
Or somebody's gonna show up and be like, actually,
Yeah.
the reason they did that is
original.
because they don't have a bass player on that album, and so they didn't want to give anyone the spotlight that wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. Or that was just a fill-in because the original bassist is not there.
Yeah, or he's on Mars right now.
Yeah, and he could have been abducted.
He's on Mars with that rover thing that's sending pictures back right now. That's why he's
Rover Dangerfield?
Yes. He's back from the dead, and he's on Mars, and he's also the bass player for Rings of Saturn.
Okay, finally. Some closure.
What do you mean closure? That brings up so many more questions.
Finally, some closure, I said. Well, so it's really good, and I really like this trend. I really like the older albums that are being remade. I'm just waiting for the moment where I wake up in a cold sweat from a text from Nick that's just like, they're doing Unhollowed, and we get to listen to it in 2021.
I would love to hear something like that, but at the same time, I personally really like old albums staying the way they are.
First off, shut up.
To me, an album is like a snapshot in history.
Yeah.
And when I listen to that album, like it brings back like thoughts of like where I was when I first heard it or when it first came out. Hearing remastered stuff like this is cool, but I almost never enjoyed as much as I enjoyed the original release.
Well, there's always that, and I understand it, but that's the the red pill or the blue pill. You can always just go back and listen to the old version. And it's like, I remember skateboarding that year, and I got punched in the head by a dog. They've got legs. Anyway,
dogs.
Yeah, dogs. But then listening to the remastered versions is always really interesting because you always have that what if, like what if it didn't sound like it was recorded in the bathroom of a garage? Like I always want to hear what it could sound like.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Hearing stuff like this is really cool, but like if I'm given the option, I'm always going to choose the old one.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what I like the trend. I really like the old albums that are being remade. And
I know Born of Osiris did it a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and I think Whitechapel might have been. I saw like a link. I don't know if it was real. I clicked on it and it sent me to Waifu Pillows or something. But it was supposed to be the Somatic Defilement remaster. And
that album.
Yeah, so that's what like a lot of. Again, I really want to hear what a lot of it would sound like. Obviously, the musicians have gotten a lot better over the years.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, I really like to see how they like to execute the old stuff now, and I think again, I enjoy it a lot. I really like listening to the newer old stuff. So this was a fine example of that. It sounded really good. It was really clean. Everything stood out really well.
So that was Abducted by Rings of Saturn. If you like the song, let us know in the comments below. And if there's anything you'd like us to react to, let us know that as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be back with another video. Bye.
You're just like, here's my opinion. I'm all, shut up. No, we gotta listen to Unhollowed now.